ใช่แต่เขาจะซื้อแผ่นมาเองมั้งไม่รู้เหมือนกันเดี๋ยวได้นี่เปลี่ยนได้เดี๋ยวคุยกับช่างโอมันก่อนถ้าช่างโอมันมีก็จะให้มันจัดการนะต้องบอกกันว่า
Nagasaki Prefecture is located in the northwestern part of Kyushu Island, Japan. It is about 2 hours from Tokyo by airplane. In addition to domestic flights, Nagasaki Airport also is a hub for international flights. Buses operate between the airport and the city center. The usual journey time from Nagasaki Airport to Nagasaki Station is about 1 hour. If you choose to arrive at Fukuoka Airport from your country, it is about 2 hours from Fukuoka Airport to the center of Nagasaki by express bus or train. Between the 17th and 19th century, Japan closed itself almost entirely off from the outside world, and it was only through a Dutch trading post on Dejima, a small artificial island in Nagasaki, that Western culture was introduced to the country. The origin of Nagasaki University was a medical school and a hospital which Pompey van Meerdervoort, a Dutch naval surgeon, established in 1857. The university has 10 faculties and schools which offer undergraduate level education. Graduate programs are available in its 7 graduate schools. Approximately 9,000 students study on Bunkyo, Sakamoto, and Katafuchi campuses. Every year, it hosts about 800 international students. Nagasaki University contributes to the improvement of a well-balanced society by transmitting its inheritance of the traditional culture rooted in Nagasaki, cultivating a fertile, creative sense in students, and developing innovative science for world peace. The motto of Nagasaki University is Ab alto ad altum, which means from the top to even higher. Both students and scholars at our university share this spirit. Dr. Osamu Shimomura, who became a Nobel laureate in chemistry in 2008, graduated from the Nagasaki Medical Specialized School. The Faculty of Fisheries educate young students to become valuable human resources in the fields of fisheries and marine science and technology. The School of Medicine, being located in Nagasaki where the education of Western medicine in Japan commenced, is proud to continue providing the very best education, clinical training, and research opportunities for students to meet new and diverse challenges in medicine and patient care. The Institute of Tropical Medicine is Japan's only public institute engaged in research of tropical medicine. It is also committed to educate researchers that will be capable of eliminating tropical diseases and various other infectious diseases. The Atomic Bomb Disease Institute was established for research on radiation medicine and the late effects of radiation on human bodies. On Katafuchi campus, the faculties of Economics and Graduate School of Economics are located. The library also has a large valuable collection of Japanese old photographs. These photographs show us Nagasaki in the late 19th century. The training ship Nagasaki Maru is used to conduct training on oceanography, navigation, and fishing, as well as research on various fields of oceanography and marine biology. With new knowledge and discoveries, Nagasaki University seeks to contribute to the sustainable development of a rapidly changing world and local community.
That's we are very sorry that we have a technical problem for the microphone here. Are you hear us from the Nagasaki side and from the online audience? Okay. Okay now. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's a time for the opening sessions. I would like to invite Professor Ito Masako, trustee of the Student and International Affairs, for opening remarks. She is now online with us from Nagasaki University to give the openings and welcome address. Dr. Masako Ito, please.
Welcome to the first ever Global Homecoming Day hosted by Nagasaki University. It is my pleasure to welcome, excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Professor Ito. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to welcome many of our current students, alumni, as well as any prospective students of Nagasaki University. This event is being held at two physical locations, the Sky Hall at the Nagasaki University Bunkyo campus and at the Knowledge Exchange in Bangkok, Thailand. It is also being held online via Zoom and YouTube Live. Nagasaki University has worked hard to promote NUGAN, the Nagasaki University Global Alumni Network. Thanks to the initiative of our alumni, the NUGAN chapters have already been established in two locations, Thailand and Vietnam. To further expand our international network, Nagasaki University has created the position of NUGAN ambassador, who will facilitate cooperation among our alumni in building this global network. Today, we will be holding the appointment ceremony for our very first NUGAN ambassador, a very significant event for our organization. Also, we will be providing academic seminars which cover the wide range of topics. We hope that seminars will provide you with valuable insight and knowledge that you can apply not only in your personal lives, but also professionally. Your presence here today is a testament to the enduring relationship between you and our institution. This event is an opportunity for us to connect, share memories, and discuss further collaborations. We hope that today's program will provide you with a chance to catch up with old friends, to meet new ones, and learn about the latest development at our university. I would like to take this moment to say that we are very proud of your accomplishment, and we hope that you will continue to make us proud as you pursue your personal and professional goals. As you move forward in your careers, we encourage you to stay connected with us and to remain engaged with our community. Once again, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to memorable event filled with great conversations, shared experiences, and renewed friendships. Thank you.
Thank you very much Professor Ito ในลำดับถัดไปนะครับการผู้เข้าร่วมฟังทุกท่านและน้องๆนะครับเราจะเป็นในส่วนของ Academic
เอา
Session
โกโก้ครับโก
นะค
โก้
รับ
นมเท่าไหร่ไม่หวานหวานน้อยหวานน้อยแก้วใหญ่เอาหวานน้อยครับ
ใน Academic Session แรกนะครับผมก็จะมี Professor นะครับจากทั้ง3คณะเลยนะครับมาเซสชันแรกจะเป็น2ท่านนะครับคือเป็นอาจารย์คานายะนะครับอิชิโร่จาก School of Information and Data Science นะครับก็คือคณะเกี่ยวข้องกับวิทยาศาสตร์ข้อมูลและก็เทคโนโลยีสารสนเทศนะครับท่านที่2จะเป็น Graduate School of Engineering นะครับก็คือทางวิศวกรรมศาสตร์จริงวันนี้มีรุ่นพี่ที่มาจากคณะวิศวะที่จบมาในระดับปริญญาเอก2ท่านนะครับถ้ามีความสนใจก็เดี๋ยวเราคุยกันต่อได้เลยนะครับแล้วก็ถ้าข้อมูลอันไหนอยากได้เพิ่มเติมก็แจ้งทางทีมงานได้เลยนะครับ Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next session we will have the academic sessions. In the first academic sessions, we have two honor professor from Nagasaki University that will give us the information about the study in Nagasaki and for the information about their faculties. Our first speaker is Professor Kanaya Ichiro from the School of Information and Data Science. Professor Kanaya will give you the presentation on the title of Preserving the Past, Shaping the Futures, Digital Conservation, Cultural Heritage, and Innovations. Professor Kanaya, please.
Hello there. Am I online? Oh, yeah. Sawadee-krap. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to mini lecture of Nagasaki University. My name is Ichi Kanaya once again, and I'm giving a talk about our mission on digital heritage. So, let me check my microphone. Is okay? Good.
Yes, Professor Kanaya, we hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Before starting, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm a computer scientist, media artist, and a tomb leader officially. I'm also a TEDx organizer, writer of weekly newsletter, Steam News, and its English version, the Steam, and a podcaster, which you can check by typing steam.fm on your browser. So let me, before starting the lecture, let me show you some photos. We started a new educational program between Tainichi Institute of Technology of Bangkok and Nagasaki University from the last year. Unfortunately, our visits of the last year was heavily impacted by COVID-19 and as you know, heavy rain. It was actually it was a flood, and also we had run Thailand Japan International Conference on Engineering and Science for 4 years before COVID-19 pandemic. So I miss people in Bangkok and all around Thailand, and also I'm missing Thai foods, which I love very much. The first meeting of our scientific exchange was held at Knowledge Exchange, KX. You may are in now Bangkok. So I miss you guys. And so let's get started with a picture of Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. And can you spot visitors in this photograph? It's too small, I think, but here they are. Here. Here's maybe 2 men and one camel, I think. It's so small compared to the Great Pyramids. So pyramids is so large. Its height is over than 100 meters. Actually, it's about 140 meters. So very big architecture. And also it is very old architecture. Those pyramids, three great pyramids were built in approximately 4,500 years ago. 4,500 years, 4,500 years ago. Actually, even Chinese dynasty didn't exist on Earth on this 26th century before Common Era. It's so old. And here's a map of Egypt. You can see Nile River in the middle, this green line. The lower southern part of the map is actually showing the upper Egypt. So it's upside down in terms of the flow of the river. So upper Egypt is located in the lower part of the map because the river runs through from south to north. The Giza Plateau is located in the upper part of the upper part. Upper part of the map, which means lower Egypt. The Great Pyramids and the Grand Sphinx are located on the Giza Plateau, and here's another pyramid there. Here it is. This is so-called the fourth pyramid of the Giza Plateau. This is a queen's pyramid, not a king's. Her name is Queen Khenkawus the First, or just Khenkawus. She was a queen and also a female king, and maybe a mother of the king of the fourth dynasty of Egypt. Our team was asked to create a complete three-dimensional model of this tomb in 2004 by American mission directed by Dr. Mark Rayner, as well as Egyptian government directed by Dr. Zahi Hawass. So this is the photograph of the Queen Khenkawus, fourth pyramid or tomb, or we are calling it Khenkawus mastaba. And we used laser radar. This was back in 2004, and the radar was this big. So this is the radar, laser radar. And also, we used another laser scanner to investigate inside the tomb and scanned every chamber of tomb super precisely, very precisely. And we did it like this way. This is a kind of X-ray photography of the Queen Khenkawus tomb. It's a completely a computer graphics generated model based on a real scan of the Queen Khenkawus tomb. And this is the top view. You can see the chambers in the very middle of the photograph. Oh, okay. Ooh. Yep. And you can see the chambers right here. It's white tiny ones. It's very middle of the photograph, and you can see through the roof of the tomb. And here's the computer graphics. Let me try to share the video. Let's go. Yes. I think I need to fade away. Yep. So this computer graphics was made from our digital model of the tomb of Queen Kenkawes. And you can see the chamber later from the top of the tomb. Due to the limitation of our tools, we cannot scan the color of the top of the roof, so it was just white. It was not snowing because it was in Egypt, but it's showing white. Okay. Okay, now I'm back. And let's move on. This work was done by Ancient Egypt Research Association, Tokyo Institute of Technology, Osaka University, Otima University, Gangoji Institute of Archaeology, and Supreme Council of Antiquities of the Egyptian government. And then let's go to another one. This is a step pyramid of Saqqara, the very first pyramid of Egypt. Built back in 27th century. It's about 4,700 years ago to 27th century before Common Era. King or Pharaoh Josel of the Third Dynasty is thought to be buried here. The pyramid is bigger than Queen Kenkawes one, and we couldn't cover the roof of the pyramid by conventional laser scanners because its height, it's about 60 meters high. And drones were not there in 2006. Actually, we did it in 2006 and there was no drone. So we built up a special laser scanner fully dedicated to scan this Josel pyramid. And I think I can share a video, but actually we have now, okay, so we have a technical problem to share an original audio, but it's in Japanese, so I made a subtitle, so you can read the subtitle like here. Okay, so I think the original audio is not transmitted over the network. So I will show you some, I think. So everyone can listen or read English, okay? I just wondered if I need to translate back in Japanese. That sounds good. Okay, this is a specially equipped laser reader and video camera for scanning wall pyramid of the Josel. This is the news source. This is actually now on NHK's news program. And I captured it. The original audio was in Japanese, so I created, actually, I and artificial intelligence service created a subtitle. Actually, I was on the top of the pyramid, so I'm not on the screen. Here's the oldest pyramid of Egypt, as we know so far, because the desert is so huge, so there could be another pyramid, older pyramid, somewhere in the desert. It's still possible. But anyway, this is a known oldest pyramid of Egypt. And there should be many hints to solve the mystery, how they built a pyramid back in 26th and 27th century before Common Era. He was the Egyptian archaeologist, Mr. Ghanem, and he was interviewed in English, but Japanese was overdubbed, so I needed to subtitle in English once again. It was hot. Actually, it was 56 Celsius degrees. Wow. So let's go back to the next slides. Yeah, this is the laser scanner we developed. It's 30 kilogram weight, and this is a close-up. Here are a laser radar and a video camera, which is actually this laser radar is designed for automatic driving. And yep, we put another pyramid. I'm joking, but another pyramid on the top of the step pyramid. And here's a professional climber. And because the laser scanner we built was so heavy to put it up on the pyramid, it was about 30 kilograms or more. So we also installed a ropeway over the pyramid and put the laser scanners to top of the pyramid. And then here's how to scan. Like this way. This is how we scan the pyramid. And also we tracked the climber from the ground. And everything is synchronized by using the atomic clock of GPS satellites, so that everything is precisely synchronized. And then we finally made a computer graphics of the Josel pyramid. Unfortunately, this Josel pyramid is was at the danger of decaying, and the Egyptian government decided to restore the wall pyramids back in maybe 2008 or so. So we cannot see the original form of the pyramid anymore. So this computer graphics is the last final form, which reserved the original shape of the pyramid. Now, oh, okay. I forgot to tell you. This work was done by Supreme Council of Antiquities of Arabian Republic, Arabic Republic of Egypt, actually, Egypt government, and also the Ancient Egypt Research Association, Osaka University, Chuukyu University, Develop Solutions, and Topcon company. And now we are back in Giza. Here's the largest pyramid in Egypt, which is now our target. This pyramid of Khufu is about 140 meters high. You can imagine how big this pyramid is by comparing the height of visitors in this photo. Yep. Yep. This is a visitor. Maybe 1.6 meter high. So almost 10 times higher than the human scale. It's very, very large. So you cannot climb with such a huge equipment. And also you can see the notch. This is a notch, a small cave on the corner of the pyramid. We didn't want to have three-dimensional model of this notch because it shows the inner structure. Excuse me. It shows the inner structure of the pyramid and could give us insight how to build this pyramid. However, we couldn't bring three-dimensional scanner such as a laser radar to here, or no one could, because we need special permission which never gave to climb up with the 3D, three-dimensional scanners or something like that. But here's the way. We had a chance of visiting this notch on a TV program, Sekai Fushigi Hakken, meaning Discovery of the World's Mysteries, which is a very popular TV program of Japan. And this is a footage of the TV program. I want to show you. Let me try once again. Here's the footage. Oh, didn't work. Okay, here we go. This is the footage of the TV program, raw footage. We then analyzed by using a computer vision technology, and then reconstructed three-dimensional model of the notch, like here. And we have also the walkthrough video like this. It should work. Oh, yes. We entered into this notch right here. And you can see some structures and also the ancient drawing over the wall. This work was done by Giza 3D Survey Project and also TV Man Union, which is producer of Sekai Fushigi Hakken TV program. And how about the outside of the pyramid? And we finally had the permission to fly drone over the pyramid. Yeah. And this is the top view of Khufu's pyramid taken by the drone. It is beautiful. And this image shows flight path of our drone. And we did it. So let me, I think this is the movie. Oh, okay, this is the movie. I think I should enlarge the movie, but you can see on YouTube. Please Google or actually, I mean, please search on the YouTube Pyramid 3D or Pyramid Virtual Reality. You can see inside the notch, like here. Every stones are modeled by using the computer graphics. So this is a real. And also, everything is now digitally scanned and modeled. We can calculate the volume and the area of the cutting section, etc., for further survey of the pyramid like this. So this is amazing. And this is the third pyramid of Giza Plateau, also called Menkaura's Pyramid. We did a wall scan of the surface of the pyramid by drone too, and created a special map, special computer drawing totally dedicated to archaeologists. This drawing is distortion-free, edge-enhanced, and colored by depth for better interpretation by archaeologists. And also, we are trying to use virtual reality technology to support archaeologists. For example, they can compare three-dimensional models of the pyramids, which are located separately. And do we have enough time? Maybe, okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So one more thing to go. Our team is supporting a new project named Scan Pyramid. The researchers of this project from Nagoya University and other institute have been trying to X-ray the pyramid itself by using cosmic rays, especially muon. And here's the result. This is a setup, experimental setup of myography inside the Khufu's pyramid. And here's the amazing result they got. The myography was showing there should be a big void, empty space in the middle of the pyramid, meaning there should be a big void of the middle of the pyramid. They estimated the exact location of the void, and Egyptian team inserted a fiber scope there to investigate the void. And then, wow, there wasn't a void there. This is a tremendous finding for many hundred years. So we introduced Nagasaki University's mission of Egyptian heritages. We are planning to join an academic conference in Bangkok on May of the next year. Yes. So we are planning to join an ICBIO academic conference in Bangkok of the May 23 and May 24 of the next year at Bangkok Taiwanese Institute of Technology. So if you are in Thailand next year, see you there. And thank you very much for joining us. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for Professor Kanaya to give us a very interesting digital conservation. For myself, this is my first to hear about the digital conservation for using to study the World Heritage Sites, such as Egypt, Great Pyramid, and the Sphinx. Are there any question from the floor? มีคำถามไหมครับ จริงๆมันอาจจะดูไกลตัวเราไปนิดนึงเนาะแต่จริงๆแล้วถ้าเกิดว่าเทียบเข้ากับประเทศไทยเราก็เหมือนตอนนี้เราได้รับมรดกโลกแห่งที่ใหม่ใช่ไหมครับที่ไหนนะสีเทพใช่ไหมครับก็ตอนนี้เหมือนถ้าจริงๆเราก็จะมีปราสาทหินพิมายที่เคยใช้เทคโนโลยีนี้นะครับก็น่าจะเหมาะกับน้องๆที่ให้ความสนใจในเรื่องของเทคโนโลยีที่เกี่ยวข้องกับการศึกษาและประวัติศาสตร์นะครับ Professor Kanaya, thank you very much. We have not from Thai side, but if we have the question, to send you later by the chat box. Thank you very much. โอเคครับในลำดับอาจารย์เซ Thank you very much ลำดับถัดไปนะครับก็จะเป็นศาสตราจารย์ฟูจิโอกะนะครับจาก Graduate School of Engineering นะครับซึ่งรุ่นพี่ของเราสองคนก็น่าจะคุ้นเคยกับอาจารย์นะครับได้มีโอกาสอาจจะเรียนอยู่หรืออยู่แลบข้างๆนะครับ Our next speaker is Professor Fujioka Takahiro from the Graduate School of Engineering. He will give us the presentation entitled Innovations in Water Treatment Technology. Professor Fujioka, please
Hello, thank you. Let me share the screen first. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Takahiro Fujioka. So I'm a professor of the engineering, graduate school of engineering, and today I'm going to talk about the innovations in water treatment technologies. But I guess the most of you are not really familiar with the water treatment itself. So rather than like giving you a detailed research topics, I will try to provide more about the background, why we are working on that, so that you may get more interested. But anyway, bit of myself. I'm originally from Hiroshima, and since 2015, I went to the industries and coming back to academia several times, and finally I settled down in Nagasaki. I've been here since 2015, and my strengths will be the research, particularly in terms of doing the research myself, writing, and anyway. My laboratory, our laboratory is a bit unique. That's a Japanese laboratory, but myself is the only researcher, I would say. I'm the Japanese researcher. The other members are all non-Japanese. We have some Thai students from Chiang Mai University. We have 2 students from Thailand. Other than that, majority is a Vietnam. But anyway, what we are working on can be covered by these 3 questions. First one, it's not maybe relevant to Thailand, but what if we or you run out of water? That's a primary question. And the second one, what if the fresh water is so polluted? So it could be somehow relevant to Thailand as well. Then the third one, maybe not at all, but what if there was no fresh water in the first place, just like a Middle East in the middle of desert, so you never see water. Then, so that's where we need a water treatment or some like getting the water from somewhere else. So that's what we are working on. Okay. This slide covers not all major projects or major projects. I start with this project or topic related to, it's called potable water reuse. You will find out what potable water reuse is, but basically for US. Potable water reuse is actually driven by the drought. So they have no, like in the particularly western side of the US, they are suffering from the severe droughts. Drought means basically no rain for long term, and then the level of the dams is getting so low. So they have to get some fresh water, drinking water somewhere else. And what they do is they just convert wastewater. They simply purify the wastewater and then transfer that water, recycled water, to the ground, or it could be dam. So that's called potable water use. That's happening in the US, Australia, Singapore. And now, what is the criteria of safe water when we want to do this kind of recycling? We are moving, or they are moving towards a direct potable water use. Like purified water is directly transported to the drinking water treatment plant, or even in the city. But anyway, that's the majority now, indirect way. The safety, so we can say water is clean, water is dirty, and usually we talk about like color, smell, odor, bad smell, and taste, salty or like this, but they are not relevant to the safety, actually. We want to drink, we don't want to drink based on that aesthetic aspects, but not really safety. There are two aspects. First one is related to pathogens, microorganisms. So now we know well about the viruses. So if you want to really minimize the risk of having an infection by drinking the not wastewater itself, but the treated wastewater, then we are saying that we have to remove the viruses, like by we try to leave it, make it short, like 12 log. 12 log is 99.99, like 12.9%. Then one person out of 10,000 population per year can get infected with viruses. So very, very small chance. That's similar to other microorganisms. The other aspect is a chemical aspect. And there in the US, this is California's case, and there's over 300 chemicals have been regulated. So they have to be monitored. So many chemicals, so it costs a lot. So they are very difficult to be achieved as well. At the same time, that's where we can do something in research. So our laboratory is really working on that. I'm not going to cover it. It's a bit tricky to explain within a short period of time, so I will not cover that. But for this kind of information, you can have a look at our website as well. So, but I just briefly go through. So the major treatment process is called reverse osmosis membrane. It's a membrane technology. Membrane is just a filter, and you can visually see that after the reverse osmosis treatment, you can see almost no color after treatment. As I said earlier, there's something you can see or you can smell is not really harmful, actually, but still, you can see that this is really doing the purification. So Japan is actually there are many membrane manufacturers, and the market share is actually the top in the world. So also the membrane related technologies are really popular here as well. So I'm one of them. Reverse osmosis. So the reverse osmosis is a membrane with a pore size of below 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is the very, very small. So we have millimeter, micrometer, nanometer. So it's just very small pore. We cannot even see that. So through the reverse osmosis membranes, we can really even remove the salts. So that's the reason why we use it for seawater desalination as well. But anyway, we are actually making the reverse osmosis membranes as well in the lab. It's a very small one. Usually in the lab, we cannot make a big one. From this size, hand size, we can produce the purified water, maybe only 1 or 2 milliliter per minute. So very, very small amount. But if we want to do that in the commercial scale, we have to upscale. So we usually use a large membrane element, and then for example, it's called spiral wound membrane element. So if you visit in the seawater desalination or water recycling plant, usually they are installed there. And from there, you can produce 12 liter per minute of water, depending on the operating conditions. But 12 liter per minute is still very low. If you fully open the tap, then probably you can get the 12 liter per minute. So to cover the entire city, usually we use a lot of them, tens or even the million of them, so that we can meet the city's demand. But anyway, in our laboratory, we are making membranes. At the same time, we are trying to develop the analytical technologies that can ensure membrane is still good enough or not. So, but I will just skip this part. I'm going to talk to something relevant to Thailand, probably. It doesn't need to be Thailand, probably the Southeast Asia as well. The topic is related to advanced drinking water treatment from contaminated river water. So that's the major topic for us as well. I was talking about the reverse osmosis membrane earlier. Now we are going to use, it's called nanofiltration membrane with a pore size of 1 to 2 nanometer. If we want to remove the salts, like seawater desalination, from seawater, we have to remove salts for sure to make it drinkable. But usually contaminated river water doesn't have such a high salinity. So we don't need to remove a lot of salt. We may remove a bit, but instead we have to remove so many other pollutants, like heavy metals and the organics, small organics. Then nanofiltration, a bit looser. At the same time, more water can pass through. Looser means more water permeation. So that's what we are going to apply. The definition of the contamination, contaminated drinking water sources. So if you look at the river, particularly long river, like international river, then in the upstream, there are so many activities related to the agriculture and other like a poultry farm, other landfill factories. So they are basically treating wastewater before discharge, but not all of them are doing that. Probably you are familiar with that. And as a result, usually at the downstream of the river, water is so polluted. So, but usually the downstream or the urban city, they are located in the downstream and they are taking water. So ultimately they have to take a polluted water. The polluted water, so it could be transorganic chemicals. So some of them could be pesticides, herbicides, pharmaceuticals, like many other chemicals. We say over tens of thousands of chemicals generally daily use every day for us. So we have so many chemicals. For example, we take medicines, but we don't consume all of the medicine, but most of them will be discharged. But the wastewater treatment cannot fully eliminate them. So they are basically coming down to the river. Humic and fulvic acids, that's like a decayed leaves or trees, animals, and it's like a brown color things from the soil. The pathogens and heavy metals, basically from the industries, but sometimes from the arsenic, there could be natural heavy metals as well. I'm not really working in Thailand. I have a collaborator in Chiang Mai, but not really working on Thailand, but instead I'm basically working in Vietnam now. And in Vietnam, for example, this is from the World Bank report, and only 12.5% of the municipal wastewater has been treated before discharge. That means almost 90% of wastewater is discharged into the water body, river, without treatment. So that's the reason why the water can be polluted. That's one of the pictures of the drinking water treatment. The intake means that's where the drinking water treatment take water before purification. So once again, just the something you can see is not really harmful usually, but it's not super clean anyway. So that's the drinking water sources. We typically use, even in Japan, we still use this conventional drinking water treatment. Usually we add some chemicals to make pollutants, that substances larger, and then we try to settle down by gravity, sedimentation. And at the end, we have a sand filter. It's just a filtration, just a purification, but it's not good enough. Particularly when we talk about good enough, just means that we cannot fully comply with the water quality standards or regulations. So in advanced countries like Japan, Europe, US, when we have a contaminated river water, even Tokyo, Osaka, same, we usually have a post-treatment called ozonation and biological activated carbon. You don't know what they are, but basically we are trying to eliminate all small, particular organic, dissolved organic, like small organic chemicals, compounds. But it's not something we can employ everywhere, even in the small cities in Japan. So we try to develop now, our laboratory is trying to develop something very simple and low cost the capital in terms of capital cost and operating cost. And that's called nanofiltration membrane technology. So by having this simple technology, so we try to make their advanced drinking water treatment very, I wouldn't say cheap, but a low cost enough. That's what we are doing. So I guess I have maybe at least 5 more minutes, or maybe I can still use 10 minutes. So I just, for the rest of the time, I'm going to talk about what we are doing now. Orientation for nanofiltration membrane can be bought even online nowadays. It's not like very difficult to get, but what we are doing is we are developing membrane itself, but at the same time, we are trying to have a different way to treat. So when we have a nanofiltration treatment, usually we have a pre-treatment, like a microfiltration, ultrafiltration, but two membrane technologies, it's usually or either of them. But two membrane technologies that means like twice more expensive now. So we are trying to remove pre-treatment and directly treating contaminated river water. So to do that, I guess I showed you the spiral wound membrane. The one lady was holding the membrane element, 1 meter in length and 20 centimeter in diameter. It's a big one. But usually we use something like this. We call it spiral wound membrane. But our approach, this is a novel way for nanofiltration, not for different types of membranes, but for nanofiltrations, it's not commercialized, but we use a submerged flat sheet membrane. But I wouldn't say too much about that. I will show the video later how the system is working. But this one requires no pre-treatment. Also, it can be operated at low pressure. So in terms of capital cost, the no pre-treatment and the operating cost same, no energy consumption, and low pressure means it's related to energy consumption as well. So that's what we are developing now. So I just show you some of the ongoing work. I already showed you about this. So not this one. We use the flat sheet membrane, but I will show you the flat sheet membrane later. This is the system setup. If you go to the drinking water treatment, particularly modern water treatment plants, you don't see actually water. Everything is behind the concrete or pipes. So we don't see much water, but in the lab, we usually see that. Sorry for that. I didn't put any picture here today, but this is the image. This is a typical way for water treatment. We collect the lake water or river water, whatever, and then we treat the water with the membrane. We use the 2 different types of membranes, and then we use the pump to vacuum. So we suck the water for filtration, and we get the clean water. At the same time, membrane cannot eliminate pollutants, so we get the concentrate. But anyway, I'll just skip some of them. I just to show off how it's working, if I can. I'm not sure how. Probably here. So membrane is here inside. This is a humic. It's called humic acid, like dissolved organics, and the membrane is inside of the this beaker, and there's a pump behind, and after filtration, we get purified water like this. The molecular weight of this organics is about 500 Dalton, 500 gram per mole. It's very small organics, but by having one filter, colored water can be decolored easily. That's what you were watching. One of the new approach is the cleaning. Because filter is purifying the water, the polluted water, so the substances can attach to the membrane. Usually we try to remove it chemically. So by soaking that into the very high pH solution, that we chemically remove it. But instead we are trying to just clean the membrane by sponge. So it's a very classical way, but it's fully working on that. So that's how we are working on now. Okay, so for that research, we have a large project. It's called SATREPS project, funded by JST and JICA as well. I'm a PI of this project, and we have a counterpart. Dr. Nair is the counterpart of the project. We have a 5 years project starting this year. So we are trying to arrange a website for this project, but you will see more about our research activities very soon online or somewhere else. That's all about our research. Then, sorry about not many activities related to Thailand actually, but from tomorrow we have a Sakura exchange program. I'm not sure if you have heard of that. That gives some opportunities to the students from overseas to come over to Japan to stay here. And we have 5 students coming from Chiang Mai University tomorrow. I guess they are going to fly tonight, and they are going to learn how to make membranes or how to clean the water using membranes and some technologies there. So if your friends are interested in that, you may actually we have a partner. We usually only invite universities related to our collaborate activities. So it's not something that everyone can join. But anyway, if you're from Chiang Mai, you could, particularly from engineering, you may have a chance to join in the future. Okay, anyway, that's all from me. I guess I spent almost 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes. Okay, thank you very much for your
Thank
attention.
you very much, Professor Fujioka. Thank you very much for your presentations about the innovation in water treatment technologies. We also have 2 alumni from the Graduate School of Engineering here with us. But he said he know you, they know you, but they are not your
Itayama Sensei.
Itayama Sensei. They are
Okay.
students
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Itayama
Okay.
Sensei.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for your presentation.
no problem.
If we have a question, we will send you later by chat box. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. From now, we have a short 10 minutes break for the audience from the online channels, and we will have the broadcast from Nagasaki University for the next session of photo contest announcements and ambassadors appointments. ไปจะเป็น
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, from now on, we are connecting this Zoom to Nagasaki venue of Nagasaki University. Here we invite Professor Ito
整い
again.
ましたので、これより第1回アルムナイネットワークアンバサダー就任式をタイのグローバルホームカミングデーの会場とつないで執り行います。アルムナイネットワークアンバサダーにつきまして、伊藤雅子理事から説明申し上げます。伊藤理事、よろしくお願いいたします。
どうも皆さん、こんにちは。私、学生国際担当理事をしております、伊藤雅子でございます。本日、長崎ユニバーシティグローバルアルムナイネットワーク、通称、NUGAN と呼んでおりますが、その NUGAN の記念すべきお一人目のアンバサダー就任式を行うこととなりました。NUGAN は、長崎大学卒業生、修了生を中心とした世界的な人的ネットワークを構築することを目的として昨年誕生いたしました。世界各国に住む本学卒業生が地元を中心に自律的に親睦を深め、ネットワークを築いていくことで、ご自身のキャリアにプラスに活用したり、グローバルなビジネスや研究活動に役立てる機会となればと思います。また、現役の学生とのつながりもでき、良いロールモデルを示していただくこともできるかと思います。その乳がんの最初の支部は、昨年12月18日、タイ・バンコクで設立されました。本日はその1周年を記念しまして、グローバルホームカミングデーがタイ王国で開催されております。このタイ支部の設立、およびグローバルホームカミングデーの開催に多大なご尽力をいただいているのが、本日、乳がんアンバサダーに任命させていただくキティサク・タウナーションさんです。タウナーションさんは、現在、タイのレスアン大学総合保健科学部で助教をされておられます。長崎大学に在籍されていた頃から、周囲の留学生の支援に積極的に関わり、タイ同窓会との広いつながりを維持、発展させてこられました。以上、乳がんとアンバサダーの紹介でした。では、ただいまより就任式を行いたいと思います。現地には、グローバル連携機構助教の森安妙子先生がいらしておられます。森安先生。
はい。
はい。
こちらバンコク会場です。
よろしくお願いいたします。
聞こえますか？
聞こえてますよ。大丈夫です。
それでは、ただいまからバンコク会場で、ドクター・キティサックにアンバサダーの任命書を、伊藤先生に代わりまして、渡しさせていただきます。On behalf of Nagasaki University Global Alumni Network, I'm pleased to appoint Dr. Kitisak as an ambassador. So, Dr. Kitisak, please go to the stage. います。Dr. Kitisak is to inform that you have been appointed as an Nagasaki University Global Alumni Network. そしてアンバサダーの盾をお渡しします。Okay, so please, or speech.
ต้องขอกราบขอบพระคุณมหาวิทยาลัยนางาซากินะครับที่ให้โอกาสเป็น Ambassador นะครับแล้วก็ต้องขอบพระคุณทุกท่านที่มาร่วมงานในวันนี้ด้วยนะครับ Good afternoon the President Nakayasu Professor Ito Trustee of the Student and International Affairs and good afternoon all Nagasaki University alumni and everyone in this room and also the participants via the online channels from YouTube and Face and Zooms. I have to say also konnichiwa to everyone who are now participate in the event at Nagasaki University in Japan. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to the committee of the Nagasaki Global Alumni Network, which had a meeting in September and selected me as the first ambassador of Nagasaki University Global Alumni Network. Thank you very much for giving me these opportunities. I am very appreciate at Nagasaki University all professors and Japanese friends, especially Dr. Taeko. She is very close friend and my good friend when I was in Nagasaki. Since I have accomplished my research fellowship with Professor Dr. Osamu Kaneko at the Institute of Tropical Medicines, everyone give me a kindness and helps me a lot when I was in Japan. We still have a good connection and cooperation. Last December, I had the opportunity to act as the main co-operators or co-organizer of the Thai site for organize the first Nagasaki University alumni meeting in Bangkok. We successfully organized the event. We have the president of Nagasaki University and many professors from Japan come to join us. We also had almost 50 alumni and people from the partner university at that time. I have told you that as the newly appointed ambassador, what are the activities I will do or covers? First, I have to utilize social media and website for the information dissemination, speaking at the study abroad fair or seminar, provide information and support prospective international students who want to study in Nagasaki University, provide the information and support also to Nagasaki University students who are wishing to study in Thailand, and also building and maintaining the local alumni network, organize alumni association for the future and hosting the events like this day. And also another activity somehow like promotes Nagasaki University to all interested students in all levels. I hope that I will take off my responsibility to stimulate scholarly and educational exchange between our country and lead to the growth of the network in both countries between Thailand and Japan and possibly at the global levels. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much for great words, Mr. Tao Naochon. I hope that you will continue to utilize your experience and knowledge to promote international exchange among Thai alumni and other students. I would like to appreciate your great effort to publicize the appeals of Nagasaki University. So thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you very
以上、
much, Professor Ito. Thank you very much.
Thank you. そう、以上をもちまして、長崎大学グローバルアルムナイネットワーク乳がんアンバサダー就任式を終わりとしたいと思います。皆様どうもありがとうございました。
ก็จริงๆก็เรียบร้อยแล้วนะครับขอบพระคุณทุกท่านนะครับต่อไปมันจะเป็น academic session นะครับเซสชันที่2นะครับซึ่งเราจะมี professor อีก3ท่านนะครับท่านแรกจะดูนะครับ Is he ready? Next speaker นะครับ Assistant Professor Hemi Hidetaka นะครับ from Faculty of Economics นะครับ Professor Hemi, are you ready?
Yeah.
Professor
Okay.
Hemi, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Professor Hemi.
Yeah, I can hear. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I share the presentation. So um can you see this presentation? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, hello. So I will start. Is this okay? Yeah.
ケミ先生、発表者ビューになってますけど、いいですか？
描写ビュー。
マニスクリプトが見えてる。
あ、そうですか。どうしてでしょう。ちょっと待ってくださいね。共有の停止をします。こっちかな。
大丈夫です。
OK ですか？すいません。では始めます。はい。Hello. Nice to meet you. So my name is Hidetaka Hemi. So I am a member of the Faculty of Economics at Nagasaki University. So today, I'd like to discuss team management, a key topic in the field of management studies. I start by giving an overview of the type of research conducted in management studies and share insights from my own work. So in this presentation, I'm going to talk about the following things. First, I'll give a brief explanation of what management study is. Then I'll explain my research topic, which is about employee silence. In the second part of the presentation, I'll discuss the findings from my research. So have you ever studied management studies? It's all about how people and organizations handle their resources to reach their goals. In management studies, we explore how things work inside a company, what happened outside that influence it, or sometimes a bit of both. Now, every organization, whether it's a business or even a sport team, has three major resources: people, products, and money. So management is like the art of using these resources wisely. It's all about making sure everything's in the right place to achieve the team's or organizational goals. Think of it as a coach on our sports team deciding who plays to win a game. Similarly, a business team needs to figure out what to buy and how much money they need for their activities. In management studies, the main goal is to use these resources effectively to meet the team's objectives. So to sum it up, management studies is all about understanding how organizations make the best use of their people, products, and money to reach their goals. It's like the magic behind making things work, and it applies to all sort of work and management, like a big, exciting puzzle. So next, I'm exploring how people in the workplace or team chat and collaborate with each other. Picture a team as any group, like your school club or a crew you work with part-time. Now, when you're a part of such a team, there's some comments when everyone has to make choices together. These choices can be as simple as where and when to hang out with the team, or as big as selecting a new leader or welcoming fresh faces to the team. Most of the time, teams hold a meeting to make these decisions. My research is all about finding ways to make the process of suggesting new ideas or coming to decisions in these meetings a lot smoother. It's like making sure these group discussions are super effective and helpful. So, what I'm looking into is how employees decide whether to speak up or silence when they are dealing with their bosses. This happens in meetings and during regular workdays. I'll get into the details in a bit, but my research mainly focused on something called employee silence in Japanese workplaces. In Japan, there's this thing called kuki o yomu, which is like reading the air. It's kind of like when a sailor figures out the wind's direction by touching it with a wet finger. In groups, people might decide whether to share their thoughts depending on leaders' behavior and the organization's situation. For instance, some of you might feel a bit unsure about sharing your ideas with a strong leader who seems very set in their ways. Especially Asian cultures, including Japan, there's often a stronger focus on what's best for a group rather than just the individual, which is different from Western countries. Okay, so I'm talking about something called employee silence at work. In a nutshell, this is when employees don't speak up about things. Now, usually the kind of silence is seen as a bit bad thing, but recent research has shown that sometimes employee silence is a good reason behind it. So when you are in a team, so there's often a tough choice to make, to remain silent or to say something. Even though bosses say they want to hear your ideas, the reality is in many meetings, they do not do most of the talking. So just telling people to speak up isn't enough. This is where the challenge comes in for management, how to deal with both employees staying silent or those who speak up. To tackle this, we need to understand when and why people remain silent or speak up at work. Finally, I suggest that we might need to rethink what we believe about why people stay silent. So let's dig deeper into understanding how staying silent at work can affect us. In most previous studies, being silent was seen as a bad thing. It was thought that when people choose to stay silent, they end up not linking their job as much, and they feel less connected to their workplace. This might make them lose focus on their work, and some even think about quitting their jobs. Also, people who stay silent tend to do their job less effectively because they don't come up with the new ideas or do more than what they are supposed to do. But there are reasons behind why people stay silent. Some of it has to do with their own personalities, like if they're generally positive or not. And sometimes it's because of how their bosses treat them. If a boss is tough on them, you might stay silent more. What's interesting is that leaders can play a big role in how much silence there is in workplace. So next. So there are many reasons why people stay silent or speak up at work. Some might choose to stay silent because they are afraid of their bosses, or because they think their boss won't fix the issue. On the other hand, there are various reasons why people speak up. Some might agree with their boss because they're scared, while others might do it because they believe the team won't change anyway. Moreover, speak up can be about different things. It could be suggesting improvements or new ideas for the team, or it could be pointing out when team members are doing things that aren't good for the team. All these different types of silence and speaking up have various effects and work in different ways. For example, research has found that employees who seem to give up by talking to their boss and then staying silent are more likely to want to leave the organization. So what I'm getting at this, that by understanding all these different aspects of silence and speaking up, we can come up with better ways to manage people and organizational effectively. So next, focus on my research. So I've been putting a lot of my attention on something called prosocial silence. This is when people staying silent because they want to help others and the team. Surprisingly, not many studies have looked into the type of silence. That's because people often think of silence as something negative, and they haven't really considered the kind motives behind it. So my research focused on this prosocial silence, especially in the Japanese workplace. While there have been a few studies on it, not many. So some research suggests that good leaders encourage silence. That's considerate of others. My own research even showed that when employees are considerate and stay silent with their supervisors, it can actually make work more efficient. But despite all this, there's still not a lot of research on prosocial silence, as I just talked about. So one reason for this is that it's different from other types of silence. Prosocial silence is about caring for others more than yourself. So in my study, I'm trying to answer question like, so how does prosocial silence happen? And when does it happen in Japanese workplaces? By understanding these things, these research questions, so we can have a more complete discussion about why people stay silent. So in the context of my research, I'd like to propose 2 key points or area of investigation. First, I want to highlight the influence of Japanese culture. Japanese culture, along with many other Asian cultures, places a significant emphasis on the power of leaders and clearly defined hierarchical relationships. This can have a big impact on how and when employees choose to stay silent. In Japan, especially, when making decisions in meetings, there's usually a commonly accepted way of thinking. Those who have different opinions might feel left out or excluded, almost like being seen as outsiders. In my study, I am going to focus on these aspects of Japanese culture and try to understand when employee silence becomes more common. So different countries have different cultures, and these can impact how people communicate in workplaces. For example, in India, employees often choose to stay silent even when they have ideas or opinions to share, because speaking up to managers can be very stressful in many Asian cultures. One way we measure a country's culture is by looking at whether it's more collectivist or individualist. Collectivist culture prioritizes the group's interest over individual interests. Japan and Thailand, for example, are considered to have collectivist cultures, with Thailand being seen as even more collectivist than Japan, partly because of the Grenjai culture. Is it right pronunciation? So Grenjai. So this means that people may insist on paying for their own meals when treated by others. I've heard that this culture is even stronger in Thailand. So sometimes people may choose to stay silent if they think speaking up might have a negative impact on themselves. In Japan, people might also stay silent out of concerns about how others will react. So it's important to remember that leaders can sometimes cause stress for employees because speaking up can be seen as challenging the leader's knowledge and authority. So second aspect of my research will resolve around the environment in which employees choose to speak up or remain silent. In team dynamics, it's understood that the leader behavior isn't the only factor at play. The workplace rules and norms are just as important, influencing whether employees stay silent or voice their thoughts. The presence of opportunities for employees to express themselves can significantly impact whether they decide to stay silent or speak up in the leader's presence. For example, so consider a scenario whether an employee knows they can talk to the leader after a meeting. In this case, they might opt to stay silent during the meeting, knowing that they have a chance to speak afterward. The overall atmosphere within the team is also heavily influenced by the leader's own overload and situation. If the leader is particularly busy, team members may feel it's difficult to voice their thoughts. Therefore, it's crucial for leaders to communicate clearly with their team members about when and where they should speak up. This is vital in creating a work environment that encourages open communication. In my research, I will delve deeper into how workplace rules, leader behavior, and their interactions influence prosocial silence and the patterns of speaking up in the Japanese workplace. Our goal is to gain a better understanding of how these elements shape employee behavior. So last of my presentation, in my research, I'd like to highlight four essential points for you to consider. First, it's important to understand that people don't always speak up when prompted. There are underlying reasons for their silence, which we need to grasp to improve communication effectively. So second, cultural differences play a significant role. Each culture may require different communication approaches. For example, if you are going to work abroad, you will need to learn the culture regarding speaking up. Third, creating opportunities for open communication is vital. Encouraging team members to share their thoughts and concerns shouldn't be confined to formal meetings. Offering various channels and chances for communication is essential to foster an open and inclusive work environment. Fourth, striking the right balance between speaking and listening is crucial. Leaders need to recognize that people can talk and listen at the same time. They must decide when to actively engage in conversation and when to be attentive. My research reveals the complexity of workplace communication and provides practitioner insights for leaders and organizations to enhance their communication practices. Addressing these points can contribute to a more cooperative and communication-rich workplace environment. So that's it. So thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
What do you think that from now on, the tolling workers will increase even in Nagasaki, such as small cities? And what do you recommend? You said that some silence has good aspect, right? And yeah, Thai culture is much more, collective, right? Many audiences nodding, so maybe they agree. So what do you recommend? How do you say? What your research contribute to improve the workplace communication from the from the multicultural aspect?
Yes, sorry. So
ね、なん
one
か、
more. So yeah.
今から外国の労働者とかも増えると思うんですけれども、そのサイレンス、いい意味での沈黙みたいのも、あるっておっしゃってたんですけれども、そういうのが、これからその職場にいろんな外国人とか増えたときに、どういうふうに、こう、活かしていけるんでしょうか。
So yeah, my second aspect of my research. So I presented. So for example, leaders. So choice. So where employees to speak up, where and when. So to speak up. So it's very difficult and important thing. So leaders sometimes silent. So them employees foster speaking up, so encouraging speaking up. So it's the management. So in Asian cultures, so do you understand? So
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hemi. Okay, if we have a more question, we will send you chat box or in the emails. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our next speaker is Dr. Masuda, the School of Global Humanity and Science. Dr. Masuda, will give us the special lecture on entitled Africa and Viewers, Bridging Culture, Understanding Rights, and Shaping Future. Dr. Masuda, please.
Thank you very much. Okay, Taiko Sensei, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. So, my name is Ken Masuda. I'm an associate professor of Nagasaki University. So today I was given the title of the presentation. So this title was not decided by me. So anyway, so I'm gonna talk some figures. The first, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm an anthropologist. And second, so I'm going to introduce my experience studying in Africa. And finally, so I'm going to introduce some educational activity, especially with international students coming from Europe and Asia and Africa. Yeah. So, so I started my research career in 1993. So this year, 2023, is the 30 years anniversary year. So I started career fieldwork practice in Ethiopia of Northeast Africa, 1993. As you know, to be an anthropologist. So I get a PhD in social anthropology from Tokyo Metropolitan University, 2003. And then since 2004, I have been teaching in Nagasaki University. So now I have two affiliation in this university. The one is I'm teaching at the Global Humanity and Social Science. This is for undergraduate. The other is the postgraduate school. So the Graduate School of Tropical Medicine and Global Health. So I should define myself as I'm an anthropologist. So I'm doing anthropology in global health in Africa and Asia. So I think, unfortunately, today I cannot see the faces of the participants online. But I think that alumni people are from everywhere, from the world. So from Japan to Thailand is a little bit close, but Africa a little bit far away. So Africa has huge population. Now, currently, the Africa continent and the surrounding area has the 1.4 billion population. So very big. And surprisingly, the average population age is just 28.8. One example, the Japanese average population age is 49. So Japan is much, much, much older than Africa. So since 1990s, Africa has enjoyed rapid population growth and rapid economic growth, and also relatively political stabilization. Yeah. So now in Africa, so I think the over 2,000 local indigenous traditional languages and fine. So anyway, so I speak at least 3 or sometimes 4 languages in Africa. So whenever I stay in Africa. So my experience in Africa is first Ethiopia, the second Kenya and Tanzania. And also sometimes I visit Burkina Faso, Senegal, Gambia, Benin from Western Africa, and also Uganda. So today I'm going to talk about especially focusing on Ethiopia and Kenya. So as I told you, I started my research career in Ethiopia in 1993. So these pictures are all taken by me. So I took this picture in 1998. So the boys in my village. So I chose one ethnic group living in the southern area, southern Ethiopia. The name of the ethnic group is the Banna. Yeah. These are all memory pictures. So pictures of my host family. Yeah. So the picture on the left, my Banna father friend, and the right is Banna mother. The life in the Banna village was so peaceful. Well, of course, no, sometimes they are suffering from the drought, the lack of rain, and also sometimes they don't have enough food to survive. But anyway, sometimes, especially in 1998, in this picture, so that year was very peaceful. So we enjoyed a lot of the harvest from the field, like sorghum, maize, and the sweet potato and milk. So in this slide, I contained the 3 pictures of the same person. His name is Busco. He's my Banna brother, younger brother. So when I met him first time in 1993, he was just 10 years old. After that, he was engaged and he got married. And the last picture, 2015, shows that he's holding one baby. Yeah, so an anthropologist sometimes state and to keep the friendship and relationship with local people, especially the study site over the decades. Yeah. So out of the Banna village, I frequently stayed in a rural town of southern Ethiopia. So I took this picture in 1994. Unfortunately, some people in this picture have already died. Yeah, because of unknown disease. So sometimes people just get sick and after 1 week die. Yeah, especially the lady on the left wearing some blue and yellow one-piece dress. She passed away 3 years ago, but nobody knows why she died. They are my Ethiopian father and mother. So my Ethiopian father, Mr. Buzne, is now 95 years old, still very, very genki. And the lady is my Ethiopian mother. She's same age as my Japanese mother. Yeah. So anyway, so sometimes I talk with them via Facebook Messenger, the video chat app. So this slide contains 2 slides. The picture on the left that was taken 2007, the boy showing his body. The boy, his name was in the past tense. So his name is Ken. So same name as mine. So I gave my name to him. In Ethiopia, so there used to be 4 Kens. To all of them, I gave my name. This picture Ken is second Ken. Unfortunately, he died 2009. But nobody knows why he died. Yeah, just got fever and went to clinic and no treatment and no medicine. And 1 week after, he died. The gentleman on the right picture, the picture was taken 2001, almost 20 years ago. So he was the oldest gentleman living in that village, and he was respected old villagers. But unfortunately, he didn't have children. So he lived with his wife, and just a husband and wife couple lived together and with very friendly relationship with their neighbors. But he died, he passed away. So once he died, his wife had nothing. So my question is, being vulnerable is inevitable among people in Africa, especially living in the very, very rural villages. Yeah. So since 1990s up to now, there have been a lot of extension or intervention of a network from outside Cosmos, like market network has been extended, education opportunity has been increased, and health and medical intervention are also plenty. Yeah, but still now there are a lot of children die in the village very quietly. So my question again, so who cares the vulnerable? Yeah. So sometimes, the poverty is a money matter is very important to understand the local community. Education must be needed, and the medicine and also the opportunity and also the providing support to the local people is important. But the ones focusing on the vulnerable people like older people and poor people, the people with disability, and the patient suffering from some certain disease, and children, especially orphans. So who cares? So this is the matter of the welfare provision. So that is my current research project, especially the older persons' welfare. So looking at the demographic transition, the whole sub-Saharan Africa. So as I mentioned before, so the African population has been growing very rapidly. Yeah. So between 2020 to 2100 means the end of this century, 21st century. So the UN population division is, the predicting the African population in the next 70, 80 years has been doubled or 3 times. So during those periods, especially between the 2030 to 2050 or 2060, so these 2 decades and the 3 decades, so people can identify those population growth in Africa as, for example, the burden for the society. So when the society has the huge population, so it must be burden to the government. Or sometimes people look at those society with plenty population as good market or good human resource stock. So those population pyramid in 2020 shapes like a pyramid, but a population pyramid in the 2100, the end of 21st century, doesn't see like a pyramid. So this is not a population pyramid, this is population bell. Yeah. So population, so population increasing, many. So looking at some important research, that topic like health or demography or norm, cultural diversity or policy making. So once we focus on the demographic issue, so comprehensive and interdisciplinary approach to the packaging health and the welfare of the vulnerable is necessary, especially for bridging the public and official welfare policy to invisible norms and morality. So I myself is an anthropologist, not a policymaker. If we want to know the reality of the people, a life of the people with some vulnerability, so we have to do the field work or research. Yeah. So last week, not last week, sorry, last year that I stayed in Kenya for 2 months because I myself organized my own research project about the health and quality life and social support among the elderly people living in Kenya. Yeah. So study of elderly care in Kenya. So the land is very nice. And we visited a lot of older people living there. So our surveillance team have visited over 4,000 people. So this is a first experience for me because now anthropology sometimes just staying in a village and doing the interview the one day, one person just like this. But last year I did the 4,000 population interview surveillance research. Yeah. So why? No, why? So how could we connect the anthropological research approach methodology to the surveillance research technique? Yeah. So this lady, I visited her first time in 2018. That's 5 years ago. And the last year, I revisited her. So nobody knows her real age, but according to my estimation, that she was born somewhere around 1920. So she passed away last month maybe. Yeah. So I think that she is around the 100 years old. Yeah. So once the focusing on her life, so the 100-year her life. Yeah. So she had 5 children with her first husband, and after her husband dying, so she remarried and having the 7 children again. So totally she has had 12 children. And after her second husband died, so she's been spending over 40 years alone, but her life was supported her daughter, brother, the brother's daughter, and her daughter's son, the grandchildren. She was living and surrounded by a lot of the family members. So that was very peaceful and nice. Also, that she could stay in a very quiet life and enjoyed her life. Yeah, so that is okay. But once we focus on the urban area, to the urban slum area of the Kenya, so it was so difficult to find a nicer the supporting network for the older people living in the urban area. Yeah, so that is the now the latest situation when we concern about the welfare provision. Yeah, so social welfare and medical services is very important. So I don't read it up all the sentences. Yeah. So finally, so I want to introduce some my educational task doing it at Nagasaki University. Yeah, so it's very funny. So the School of Global Humanities and Social Sciences did the fieldwork overseas practice that was held, organized by me, and we went. We means that me and the other supporting staff and the students went together to the Zanzibar island of the Tanzania between the 2016 and 2017. So we have stayed for over 3 weeks and do the research practices, and also to try to make a good communication with local people. Sometimes we speak English, sometimes we speak Kiswahili. Yeah, undergraduate students also try to make a conversation in local languages. So this practice, this opportunity is not always provided by the the university, but sometimes once a student want to go there, so I can help them. And also I'm teaching at the School of Tropical Medicine and Global Health. So this is the Master of Public Health Research. Yeah, so I have been supervising the many students. Yeah, most of them are Japanese students, but School of Tropical Medicine and Global Health, say the TMGH, has a lot of international students. I think the majority of the MPH candidate students are international students from Asia and Africa. Yeah. So I went to those countries like Kenya, Ethiopia, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, Benin, Zambia, Kenya, Madagascar, Sudan. Some countries I couldn't visit because of the COVID-19, but always I try to visit their research field. Yeah, even even though it's in the Western, the very far Western and Africa or Eastern Africa, so wherever. And this slide introduced the short-term international exchange. So the School of Global Humanity and Social Sciences have provided the summer program. So this is a 3-week education program for international students. This is completely 100% English taught. Yeah, so English taught. And also that we set some humanity and social scientific learning opportunity with lecture and excursion and international communication, because Nagasaki has a rich cultural heritages. Yeah, so we can focus on the history, okay. So local engagement, okay. And also the nuclear abolition or the peace study, okay. So we have a lot of educational material resources in here around the university. So that's why we always invite a lot of the undergraduate, especially undergraduate students from partner universities from Asia and Europe. So far, unfortunately, we didn't have the African student coming to Nagasaki to engage in this summer program, but maybe the next year or next year. So I expect. So now time is coming up. So now so this figure is provided by the UN. So this is the population of the world. So the blue indicate Asia and orange indicate Africa. So now over the 50% of population are shared by the Asian countries, all over the world. So this is 2023. So next one is final. So this is 2100. This is the end of the century. So blue indicates Asia. So the orange indicate Africa. So I expect that most of today's participants are from, the alumni people from Asia and Africa. So let's encourage each other. So these are Asia. So Asia is a majority, it's the most majority. And also in Africa. So this is prediction. So in the 2100, the Asian population shares over the 45 up to 50% of the population of the world, and Africa also 40%. So in this decade, the Asian and Africa has the very, very, very influential power. So let's try to innovate, make an innovation, new generational innovation for study. So let's keep our friendship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Masuda. We have now no question from the floor, but if we have some question or interesting people who want to study with you, we will send you directly the email and the information. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen, for the next speaker, we have now with Professor Nakayama from the Faculty of Environmental Science. Professor Nakayama probably he joined us the last year, right? Yes, thank you very much for coming with us today. And the topic of the presentation is the bridging culture and environment, nurturing future guardians of our planet. Professor Nakayama, please.
So nice to meet you again. Okay. Thanks. Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your kind introduction. It is my pleasure to introduce our activities for nurturing future guardians of our planet at Faculty of Environmental Science, Nagasaki University. As a Faculty of Environmental Science, and my field of research is environmental bioengineering. But today, I would like to initially introduce our international exchange activity between Thailand and other partner universities. Firstly, I would like to introduce our faculty's characters. Our faculty, Environmental Science, was established in 1997 as the first multidisciplinary environmental science faculty among Japanese national universities. It aims for high synergy of both natural science and social sciences in environmental education and research. Now, our faculty is organized by two different measures. Environmental policy measure, which is mainly focused on social science and resource management, and environment conservation and planning measure, which is mainly focused on natural science and technologies. As you can see, Nagasaki Prefecture has many geographical and ecological features for the advantage in research and education. Nagasaki Prefecture has only small flatland, but we have very long shorelines and many islands. This special topography and moderate climate bring high biodiversities. Therefore, we have many unique and attractive aquatic animals for research and educational materials, and many places are suitable for the habitats and stopover points for migratory birds. Nagasaki has a vast Ariake Sea, mudflat, and active volcano, Mount Unzen Fugendake. These are good materials for geological, volcanological, and human geological peak researches. In addition, ecosystems in this environment are also unique and interesting for your research. In addition to the Ariake Sea, Nagasaki has Omura Bay, actually in which Nagasaki Airport is located here. Especially, Omura Bay is highly closed, connected with the open sea by two narrow channels, indicating red circle here. Therefore, this bay is easily polluted by human activities, and this area is good for model as a marine ecosystem for monitoring and remediation of the chemical pollutions caused by human activities. By utilizing the Nagasaki's environmental fields, as I shown the previous slides, as both of education and research resources, we have established the international exchange program with partner universities, such as Mahidol University from Thailand, Lund University from Sweden, Lancaster University from UK, and University of Indonesia from Indonesia, and also Hamlin University from USA. Under support from JASTO Scholarship and Nagasaki Universities, as well as partner universities' budget, all students from partner universities can participate in the special program named the Transdisciplinary Summer School on the Environment at Nagasaki University. Our summer school has 4 main events. First one is an international environmental expert seminar, IEES, provided by our professors. Second one is a group study activity through program-based learning system with international friends from the partner universities. In addition, we have 2 additional young researcher training programs also co-organized by the Asian Environmental Resilience Research Center, AERRC, belonging to our graduate school, and under supervision of the professors in multidisciplinary research topics, you can have some training for getting skills as researchers in the field of multidisciplinary environmental science field. And also, students can choose to join some laboratories or as a laboratory intern, and also students can visit several research field sites by AERC support in Nagasaki prefectures. Therefore, this program named Asian Environmental Resilience Research Initiative for the training program. Between Mahidol University from Thailand and Nagasaki University from Japan, number of students who already studied together through the program since 2013. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we must cancel the exchange program in 2020, but we restart our exchange program by online system in winter of 2021. And after the COVID pandemic, we already restart the program from the 2022. And this activity is a very unique activity for the students because many partner universities can coming together into the Nagasaki, and all students mix together to study and have some good experiences with professors for the research topics. And also you can discuss and think about cultural difference to conquer, to make our planet more peacefully and also sustainably. And we just finished the summer school this year, 2023, and we already planned the next year's program, AERRI 2024 now. And the program also contains Nagasaki Cultural Exchange activities and also the Nagasaki Peace Studies program organized by Office of Global Relations and RECNA with international friends. This opportunity may improve your viewpoint from different cultures in the world to develop sustainable society for your future. In 2024, we have 4 lecturers as shown in this figure in various fields of environmental science. The professor, Dr. Tomozawa, will give the lecture related is discovering the roots of the industrial pollution in Japan. And Dr. Ota will give the lecture challenges for sustainable forest management. And Professor Takao will give the lecture, can you measure the weight of the molecules? And also, Professor Kawamoto will give the lecture, Floods and Climate. As you can see, the environmental science topic is very varied, but important things is you have to know the various phenomena in the environment. And finally, you need to focus on some specific topics as a specialist. But when you want to discuss with other scientists who are not in your field, sometimes it is very important how you must know how they can think about the environment or some strategy to solve the problems. Okay, so therefore, like this kind of opportunity could be like good for your experience for your future, we believe. And also, as you can see, our professors are studying various fields of environmental sciences. You may find suitable laboratory for your future study in Nagasaki University, Japan. And also, as like a laboratory intern, please, if you're interested in some specific laboratories, please contact me, and I can match the laboratory for your laboratory internship. Here is some photos from this year's activities. As you can see, many activities are ongoing, and also the students were studying with some professors under supervision of professors, and various fields of the environmental science were ongoing parallelly during the program, and each students learn some specific topics as their interest. And during this program, you can also need to think the peace of the world, because we need, before we collaborate with to solve the environmental problems, our world should be peace first. And to do so, Nagasaki has a good place to deeply think about the world of peace and for the future of our planet. So please, if you have the interest of this program, please join this program in future. So, and also, I asked to introduce some research topics too. So the next maybe 5 minutes, I can introduce some my laboratory's activities for research. My laboratory is focusing on the recycling the pollutants to variable chemicals is a main topic. As you can see now, like main focus of the pollutant maybe greenhouse gas is a main focus in the world, but actually we have many chemicals in the environment as a pollutant. So mainly we can categorize in two pollutants. One is inorganic pollutants, like heavy metals, which is impossible to decompose. So it means once you release the element will stay forever until you extract from the environment or remove from the environment. The other one is organic pollutant. This could be decomposed, but sometimes it is very hard. So it takes a long time to detoxify the compound in the environmental field. So therefore, recently, like microplastics also focused as a pollutant, which cannot be biodegraded in the environment. But this organic pollutant can be degraded somehow if you find the way, or if you can collect the organic pollutants, you can maybe burn the pollutants for the final treatment. But in organic pollutants, you cannot remove efficiently. Even you burn the pollutants, the elements will stay forever in the ash. So therefore, like inorganic pollutants is still a very important target to remediate from the environment. But there's several ways, as you learn from the first lectures. You can use like a membrane technology to purify the water. Is a very high-tech solutions for the water management. But in our laboratory, we try to make some biotechnology using the bacterial or plant functions to remove the heavy metals from the environment. And also we try to upcycling the waste materials to the valuable chemicals using the fermentation technology, using the microorganisms fermentation methods. Yeah. And this is one of the some of the example in ongoing my laboratories. You can the metal ion is a very toxic form in the environment, but if you can use some biological functions like bioaccumulation, you can trap the metals in the cells, or bioabsorption, you can trap on the surface of the cells, or even if you can combine the enzymatic reduction or oxidation reactions, you can mineralize the ionic materials into the stone forms. This is called biomineralizations. Combine in this kind of technique, you can specifically target the elements to harvest from the water resources. This is one of the typical way to make the biotechnology for the wastewater treatment. And for the biorefinery, we focus on some unused waste biomass. These are our target to upcycle to the valuable chemicals. As you can see, we already established to make waste energy from the waste, or fuel from the waste, and also nutrient fertilizer from the waste is already established. But still, there's untreated elements were still left in the wastewater systems. So therefore, we focus on these unused waste biomass elements were focused to be upcycling using some specific bacteria called the Halophytic bacteria, Hamulus elongata. And using this technology, we can make some variable chemicals in the cell and also cell surfaces to make cell or variable ecofeed. There's no time to explain in detail, so I just showing some idea. We can produce some useful chemicals in the cells and also on the cell surface, enzymes or vaccines, etc. for good for the feed. And also establishing this kind of systems, we can save the carbon footprint to produce feed additives and also nitrogen footprint to prevent the eutrophication to the environment. So thank you for your kind attention. If you have some question or comment, please send email to me anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Nakayama. If we have another question, we will send you via the email. And thank you very much to provide us, especially not only the wonderful lecture, but especially the opportunity for the internship. And you have a very long connection with Mahidol University. This is a very good role model that we have to establish. And we have to do the connection with another university in Thailand. Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
So we now have an administrative staff who are online from Nagasaki University, who will explain you the detail of overseas program. So we invite Miss Hashiguchi as a speaker from.
เรียนทุกท่านที่อยู่ในช่องทางออนไลน์นะครับแล้วก็น้องๆที่ฟังอยู่ในช่องทางของ J Education นะครับในลำดับถัดไปนะครับจะเป็นเจ้าหน้าที่จากมหาวิทยาลัยของนางาซากิเลยนะครับมาให้ข้อมูลในเรื่องของการเข้าเรียนนะครับแล้วก็ข้อมูลต่างๆนะครับเป็นเจ้าหน้าที่จาก Administrative นะครับเรียนเชิญได้เลยครับ Okay, please. Hello.
Thank you. I'm Hashiguchi, an internationalization planning division, and our main roles are to plan our international partnerships and global engagement strategies, but we work closely with the international student support division. So today I would like to introduce our university very briefly and let you know why you or your kins, your colleagues, friends should choose Nagasaki University for your study. Can you see our slide? Please share this slide, please. Can you see our slide? My slide? Not yet. Moriya Sensei. Moriya Sensei, can you see my slide? No? Yes? Okay. Okay. Next
See your
slide.
slide. Thank you very much.
Okay, next one, please. 次は。はい。Our university is located in Nagasaki, in the southwest region of Japan. And Nagasaki is historical significant as an only Japanese trading port open to the world in mid-17th to mid-19th century. The city played an important role in the development of culture, industry, and science of whole Japan as the gateway to the West. And next. This is our university's history. The origin of Nagasaki University was a medical school. On November 12, 1857, a Dutch Navy doctor, Pompey van Meer-Delfort, started the first medical teaching to 12 students in Nagasaki. This day is our founding anniversary. In 1861, Yojo Sho, was established in Koshima, Nagasaki, which was Japan's very first Western-style medical school and hospital with 124 beds. The atomic bombing in 1945 claimed the lives of 979 teachers and students, and the buildings were totally destroyed. In 1949, the new Nagasaki University was established, incorporating the medical college, the College of Economics, and 2 normal schools. Now, we now have 3 campuses with about 9,000 students. Out of them, 578 are international students from 55 countries, regions. The university has academic cooperation agreements with 252 institutions worldwide from 52 countries or regions. We have student exchange agreements with 185 institutions. And we are very proud of one of our alumni, the late Dr. Shimomura Osamu, who was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2008 for discovering green fluorescent protein in Korea. Now, Nagasaki University comprises 10 faculties, 8 graduate schools, and 4 research institutes, and the university hospital. Among these unique areas of education and research include fisheries and marine sciences, tropical medicine, global health, and public health. The Interfaculty Initiative in Planetary Health has been launched last year, which offers a Doctor of Public Health program. In addition, in the spring of 2024, we will launch a new Graduate School of Integrated Science and Technology. That is our effort to bring together the technologies and knowledges of engineering, natural sciences, environmental sciences, and information sciences to develop advanced technology and foster human resources to solve new problems from a bird's eye view that transcends academic disciplines. Here is a list of English taught programs of postgraduate level. Master's and doctoral programs are available in biomedical sciences, disaster radiation health sciences, and pharmaceutical science, and communicable diseases, tropical medicine, public health, civil engineering, fisheries, environmental science, and so on. Now let's look at tuition fees. Since it is a national university, our tuition fees are kept low compared to private institutions. Here is some information about scholarships. A mixed scholarships scholarship is Japanese government scholarship, mostly for graduate students. There are 2 types: embassy recommendation, which can be applied through the Japanese embassy in your country. The other is a university recommendation type that can be applied through our university. In that case, it is important to find a prospective supervisor who can recommend you as an applicant. Next scholarship is full scholarship, so it is very competitive, as you may know. And here's also some other scholarships you can see, and most of them are not full scholarship and can be applied only after you arrive in Japan. But there are many kinds of scholarships. Also, we have tuition exemption system for students with excellent academic performance and financial difficulties. You may be granted full or half exemption if the application is approved. And this is the, it's my height. And if you wish to apply for graduate programs, you will need to obtain a consent from your prospective supervisor. First, please look for your supervisor whose research field matches yours. Research database is available on our website, as shown in the slide. Next, contact him or her. Next, contact him or her via email with the following information: your name, academic background, intention to apply, how his or her research fits with your interests, your scholarship information if you already have one, CV, and current transcript of records. Also check the application guidelines of the graduate schools you're applying to. If you wish to apply for an undergraduate program, please obtain application information from the link here. And it is important to note that all our undergraduate programs are provided in Japanese language. So you will need to take Japanese language test along with the EJU, the examination for Japanese University admission for international students. So let's look at our housing. NU Nagasaki University has 3 dormitories off campus for international students. All of them are equipped with the internet access, and the fee is quite reasonable compared to private apartments. The fee ranges from 123,000 yen to 198,000 Japanese yen per 6 months, depending on the room types. For students who need to find private apartments, we have a guarantee system. So our university guarantee students for renting apartments. For international students, we offer Japanese language classes of 4 levels. So students take placement tests, find the best class for his or her proficiency level. Also, variety of events are available for international students, such as welcome party, field trips, Japanese cafe, and so on. And in the Japanese cafe, and English cafe, where international students can get acquainted and communicated with local students in Japanese or in English. And kind and friendly staff at the Student Exchange Support Division will be there to help if you need any support. Last, Nagasaki is a great city to live and study, so you can enjoy moderate urban areas and natural beauties at the same time. And room rents and living costs are lower compared to those in big cities like Tokyo or Osaka. Above all, people are very kind and friendly. Nagasaki University is an ideal place for study for international students. So any questions will be welcome, and please contact Center for Japanese Language and Student Exchange. We look forward to seeing you on campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hashiguchi. Detailed information. There are 3 very keen high school students looking at you in this venue. Yes, thank you very much.
We hope that we will find the opportunities to sensitize high school students to attend at Nagasaki University, because so many people interest, and we just announced Nagasaki University for the first or second times in Thailand. But we will continue this opportunity, because each year in Thailand we have exhibition for study in Japan. Nagasaki University will be continue to collect many students. We hope Nagasaki University will receive many Thai students for further. Thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the next session, we would like to invite our alumni that I have to say thank you very much for everyone who's still with us from the beginning until now. And by the way, we have to interview in Thai. I have sorry. And if you have a question from the audience from another country, could you please send us by the chat box? We will answer you in English or Japanese. Okay, please everyone go to the phone เรียนเชิญพี่ๆข้างหน้านะครับผมตอนนี้เราจะออนไลน์บอร์ดคลาสไปในช่องทางของ Facebook ของ J Education ด้วยนะครับยังไงมาช่วยกันตอบคำถามเล็กๆน้อยๆนะครับเดี๋ยวจะมีน้องเนิร์สนะครับจริงๆน้องเนิร์สเนี่ยก็เป็นศิษย์เก่าของนางาซากินะครับคัตซุยเนาะอาจจะอยู่ที่นางาซากิมาเหมือนกันนะครับจะช่วยถามคำถามเล็กๆน้อยๆแล้วก็คุยกันเล็กๆน้อยๆเบื้องต้นทั่วไปนะครับก่อนที่เราจะปิดเซสชันในวันนี้นะครับผม
เดี๋ยวอาจารย์มาพูดเดี๋ยวขอเวลาสักครู่นะคะเดี๋ยวจะสวิตช์กล้องนิดนึงค่ะเพื่อที่จะให้สามารถเห็นรุ่นพี่ทุกท่านได้นะคะตอนนี้น้องๆที่อยู่ทางเพจนะคะรบกวนรอสักครู่นะคะไม่แน่ใจว่าได้ยินเสียงกันอยู่หรือเปล่านะคะเดี๋ยวรอระบบสักครู่นะคะถ้าระบบเสร็จแล้วเดี๋ยวแจ้งอีกทีหนึ่งนะคะ
ไม่ต้องเกรงใช่ไหมครับดูเกรงเรื่อง
ไม่ต้องเกรงค่ะอันนี้เป็นเซสชันแบบพูดคุยกับรุ่นพี่นะสบายๆหน่อยค่ะไม่ได้เป็นแบบเซสชันแบบ
จริงๆนานๆจะได้ออกบรอดคาสต์ออนไลน์ผ่านช่องทางของ JS นะครับต้องขอบคุณ J Education ด้วยนะครับ
ค่ะยินดีมากๆค่ะจริงๆของ JS ก็จะเป็นน้องๆค่ะส่วนมากน้องๆก็อยากรู้ประสบการณ์รุ่นพี่อะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะว่าไปเรียนเป็นยังไงค่าใช้จ่ายเป็นยังไงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะจริงๆคำถามวันนี้ของเราไม่ได้ยาวมากเพราะว่ามีเวลาจำกัดด้วยค่ะยังไงเดี๋ยวเนิร์ดจะถามสั้นๆไม่ยากค่ะก็แบบทำไมถึงไปเลือกเรียนที่นู่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะอาจจะตอบสั้นๆกันคนละคำถามอะไรอย่างงี้มากกว่าค่ะ